Welcome back to Live at 9, and it's Dr. Quinn, Mississippi's favorite doctor, and our favorite doctor here on Live at 9. So, Dr. Quinn, childhood obesity in Mississippi, is it a major problem, a small problem, a casual problem? I mean, how big are we talking about here?
It's a huge problem. It's become an epidemic, and it's been that way for years and years and years. But I want to share a conversation I had with a patient just yesterday. She had two young men with her, two children, one was 12 and one was 13. And the entire exam, they were playing on their phones, playing games. They were not responsive to me, and they were on those phones the whole time. And the mom shared that that's all they do. All day Saturday, they stay in their bedrooms and they're on their phones. And when they were getting ready to leave, they told their mom that they were ready to go get ice cream, and they named a fast food restaurant. And I advised the mom, I said, would you consider not taking them there? Take them somewhere to get a healthy meal. And she said, Dr. Quinn, they refuse. And I shared with her, when I was a kid, my mom would have taken that game and thrown it in the garbage. And when I refused the food that she cooked for me that was healthier, she would just say, sit there and don't eat. And honestly, both of those children were overweight. And I told her, Mom, I said, we have to be parents again. We have to fight for our children. And I reminded her that when my daughter was born, I had to buy a child seat for the car to protect her. And I told her about my grandma that fought off a dog with a house shoe when I was a child. We used to fight for our kids, and we have to start back being parents and fighting to help them stay healthy. Cut down the screen time with those phones, healthier food, more exercise, more outdoor activities. This is what we need now.
Is there a way to tell if your child is maybe overweight or obese without going to the doctor, taking a look at them and saying, yeah, this is probably not good?
Honestly, 99% of the time, if a child or an adult is overweight, we know it. When we go buy clothes, we might have to go to a different section of the store to get the clothes for the children that are a little bit heavier, but we can see it. I mean, we just look at the kids and we know if they're overweight, and we have to be parents, have to get them to eat healthier food. And if they don't want it, they just don't eat that day. They'll be okay. Make them go outside and play. Take those phones away, those iPads, all that screen time. Make them go out and play basketball and football with the other kids. It builds their social skills. It makes them healthier and more prepared for a successful life.
So outside of just eating healthy, how much should they be outside a day working out or playing? Let's just go with play.
Yes. On a Saturday, I would only allow maybe 1 to 2 hours of screen time on Saturday and Sunday. And the rest of the time, doing something active. Go play with the other kids. Get them involved in some type of organized sports at their school if they're old enough. And if they're not old enough, find out if there are programs in the community. But honestly, all of this really helps the children.
Does this help, their mental state too? Because sometimes they say if you're healthier, your mental state's a little bit better.
Most definitely. If they interact with those other children, playing those activities outdoors, interacting, it develops those social skills. And when they become adults and they go and interview for jobs, they do better interviews. If they're a doctor, they could speak better to their patients. A lot of these children of today that have very little interaction with other people, just screen time, their social skills are really hurting right now. And I can see it every day.
And really quick, you got about 10 seconds or so, 10, 15 seconds. Mississippi compared to other states when it comes to childhood obesity?
In the top 5 year after year for the last 3 decades.